What is happening, internet? It's your boy Jake here, and today I've got a chat with MOTD Kickabout presenter Ben Shires for you. Yes, he's a massive Leeds fan, and we're going to be seeing just how much he knows about the beautiful game. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's go. Ben Shires, what is happening?
Hi Jake, great to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for joining us. How's it going?
It's all going really well, thanks. Yeah, obviously enjoying the Premier League at the moment. Now Leeds United are finally back in it. So football for me has taken on a new and exciting chapter.
Yeah, you've had some great moments already. How's that felt?
Leeds haven't been a Premier League club for 16 years. So now we're finally there. It's a relief. It's exciting. It's hard not to get too carried away because for most of my childhood, Leeds weren't just a Premier League side. They were one of the better ones. And we sort of competed in Europe. We were in cup finals. We were getting, sort of to the top of the Premier League. So it's great to be back, but it's sometimes hard to keep your expectations in check.
I felt exactly the same thing as a Wolves fan. We've been down in Championship and League One. Now we're back, and it's exciting to play against those top ballers.
It is, but Wolves have been great. I mean, wow, what a manager Nuno is. I mean, I say Wolves. What I mean is, Portugal, the Portugal national team. You've got such a great formula at Molineux. I think there is some incredible players there, and it's great to see lots of players committing their future to the club as well. I thought it was amazing that Jimenez signed a new contract. He could easily have gone to one of the more traditionally successful Premier League teams. So I think it's a real statement of intent for Wolves.
Definitely. It's a great time for us as football fans, and I can't wait to see the two sides battle it out this season.
Oh, I know. It is exciting, isn't it? I mean, I worry about teams like Wolves. We've got a couple of ex-Wolves players, actually, in Barry Douglas and 𝙤𝙤𝙝. And I remember speaking to someone from Wolves last season. I was like, oh, 𝙤𝙤𝙝, we got him on loan with an obligation to buy. I was like, I hope he's good. And they said, yeah, he was brilliant to begin with. And then they felt at Wolves that maybe he was a bit too much of a showboater, more style than substance. But actually, he found his feet a little bit later on in the season last year. And this season, he looks brilliant. He's an attacking player who runs at the opposition. He causes problems. It's almost like we've had a new player come again. So that's great. I really hope he scores against you.
Well, I don't. We'll move past that just in case he does.
Sure.
And today we're going to do a final whistle quiz with you. So we've got 10 big football questions to put at you. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, bang. Question 1. Which country won the first ever Nations League last year?
Portugal.
Portugal it is. Great first answer.
Yes.
Can you get who they beat in the final, just for a bit of spice?
I think they beat the Netherlands, didn't they?
Did?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I mean, Ronaldo has, I know there's this whole big debate about who is the GOAT, who is, Ronaldo, Messi. I think there's room enough for both of them in the great sphere of footballing excellence. But one thing that I would say is Ronaldo's trophy cabinet has those, very hard to get international honours. They won the Euros with Portugal. Now he's won the Nations League as well. I think it's a different level again to win those kind of tournaments. And the guy does it. He does it all the time.
Messi has been so close to the World Cup final, this close.
Absolutely. I mean, they say no one remembers the runners-up, but I did remember the Netherlands, so maybe they do.
Wicked. Okay, question 2. Which club did James Rodriguez lift the Champions League trophy with?
I guess. Well, he was a Bayern Munich player last season, and they won the league. They won the Champions League last season. So, but then he's also played at Real Madrid when they've won the numerous Champions Leagues. That's a really tough one. Oh, which one is it? I'm going to say Real in his earlier career.
Bang! That's it. 2 for 2. Great. Wow. Okay, straight into number 3. Which club did Brendan Rodgers manage before Leicester?
Well, okay, so I think I do know this. So he was famously Liverpool manager for a spell, almost won the trophy, the title with them. Before that, he was at Swansea. Then I think he did Swansea, then Liverpool, and then Celtic, where he won loads of trophies, absolutely bundles of them, and then to Leicester. So I'm going to say Celtic.
3 for 3, you're right. He won everything over there at Celtic. Strong start, Ben.
Thanks.
Number 4. Okay, this one might be tricky. Who is the fastest footballer on the new FIFA?
Oh, now that is tricky. Do you know what? I've been a FIFA obsessive for many, many years. And I used to know every single, who was the strongest, who was the fastest, who had the best stats in all the categories. I've not played this year's yet, and I do not know. And I know it's going to be someone. It used to be players like Hector Bellerin for a while was one of them. I think Ousmane Dembele at Barca was. Oh, I really don't know. It's going to be someone young and quick, isn't it? Who is it? I'm going to guess Dembele because that's all I can think of.
Ooh, close. That's the first one you've got wrong. It is Wolves' Adama Traore.
What?
Rapid.
Yeah, he's fast, but he's carrying so much muscle mass. Surely there's someone faster.
Well, he just pips Mbappe and Vinicius, apparently. So there he is.
Right, there you go. I've learned something.
There we go. Number 5. Okay. How much did Chelsea pay for Ajax superstar Hakim Ziyech this summer? Was it 36 million? Was it 46 million? Or was it 56 million?
Oh, this one is going to be a guess. They've spent a lot of money, haven't they, this close season on bringing various big European transfers in. I'm going to punt for the middle, 46 milli.
Ooh, a bit less. It was only 36 mil.
Oh, a steal.
Absolute steal. Okay, question 6. Leeds boss Marcelo Bielsa previously managed Espanyol and which other La Liga side?
Oh, it was... Was it... This is it. I'm sure it was Betis or Bilbao, and I can't remember which one it is. Oh, I'm going to say Bilbao.
Yes! Great shout. Flip that coin. You got it right. Bilbao. Yeah. He ran the top boys close with Bilbao as well. Put Pep's Barca through their paces.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's had some interesting stints as Bielsa at various European clubs, but I believe he's very shortly going to overtake his record for staying at any one club at Leeds, because he never stays for very long. So yeah, soon he's going to get that record, and Leeds is going to be his longest duration at any club. So I'm glad to say that we've tempted him more than anyone else.
That's phenomenal. Wow. Okay then, next question. Ledge actor Tom Hanks supports which Premier League club?
Now, this is going to be like one of those wild cards, one where someone took him to a match, isn't it? And I feel like it's possibly a London club, because he'd be more often to be in London than anywhere else. And the one that the sort of left field celebrities seem to support is Fulham. So I'm going to go by process of elimination, Fulham.
Oh, close, but not quite. It's actually Aston Villa.
Oh, well, I was nowhere near. If you said Chelsea, I'll be like, yeah, geographically, that is very close. But yeah, well, I suppose that's the other one that all the big names support, isn't it? With the, Prince William and all the rest of it. But yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, but he's a proper man. He tweeted out his support at the end of last season and everything. So that's nice.
Well, good on the Hanks.
Next question. Leicester signed defender Timothy Castagna from which Serie A club this summer?
Ooh, good question. Fiorentina?
It was Atalanta. The attacking side, he bombed down that right side for them, and they snapped him up for quite a reasonable fee. But yeah, next one then. Who was Manchester City's top Premier League goal scorer last season?
I mean, you'd have to guess Aguero. I bet he was injured a lot, wasn't he? Or was it Sterling? Is it Sterling or Aguero? Oh gosh, it's going to be a real guess on this. Sterling.
Yes, Raz. It was Raz. He pipped Aguero to it. It was the consistency, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. I love Aguero, but he's unfortunately had injuries, which I think have hampered his goal scoring, because he could realistically be one of the few people to challenge Alan Shearer's goal scoring record in the Premier League. But I think just his sheer amount of injuries has sort of held him back from getting goals every week.
It's a shame. Do miss him in the Prem, and I hope he's back very soon. And the last one now, Ben. Last question, a big one. What is Portsmouth's stadium called?
Oh, well, unless they've moved, Fratton Park. That was always the big old Portsmouth ground, famous old ground. Is it the same name, or have they changed the name?
It is the same now. Great shout there. Classic stadium, and I miss them in the Prem.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're like so many of those clubs who've had a great run in the Premier League, won an FA Cup, obviously, and then sadly, much like Leeds did, and lots of other clubs of that ilk have dipped down a few divisions. And you just hope now that they are sort of, I think they're partially fan-owned, aren't they? And there's the right people back and running them and making them a successful club. So hopefully it'll all work out well for them. I remember the days when they had, some pretty decent players playing at Portsmouth. Harry Redknapp, wheeling and dealing, and all the rest of it. So, I hope they do come back, as long as it's not at the expense of Leeds. Because I keep saying I want clubs to be back in the Premier League, but I'm like, there's only 20 spaces, and I want us to have one of them. So who's going to go down?
Yeah, as long as Leeds and Wolves are there, it doesn't really matter who else for us. But
I mean, Wolves we can take a leave, Jake, but as long as Leeds are there.
Well, Ben, that's the quiz, and let me say, you did pretty darn well. You got 6 right there, and some of those questions were very tough.
I mean, 60%. I'm all right with that. I'd have liked to have got the Castagna question right. I jumped in a bit fast there. I didn't use my process of elimination like I did on some of the other questions. Tom Hanks, I wouldn't have guessed, and I wouldn't have guessed Adama Traore. So yeah, I feel like I got the questions right that I should have got right. Just that Castagna one. Now I'll feel really annoyed whenever I pick him in my fantasy team. But there you go.
Got to have him in though. He is getting those points.
He's a points harvester for sure. But I think Leicester's, kind of any kind of, is he a defender on the game as well? I'm sure that he plays. He's one of those who's always putting in crosses, but he's actually playing at the back, which is he's like Trent or a Andy Robertson or a Stuart Dallas, if you want a Leeds reference. So yeah, always good to have the point scoring defenders on there. But maybe you could add Connor Cody to that list now after his England goal.
Wow. Well, maybe. I'm not going to say he's going to score many more.
He's not prolific.
1 shot in 3 seasons with Wolves, but then he scores for England. What a dream.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the quiz, mate. It was fun to do. I hope nobody beats me, but I'm sure plenty will.
Well, yeah, it's a score. It's a high bar, but we've got some knowledgeable readers, so we'll have to see. Ben, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my absolute pleasure, Jake. Cheers, and good luck for the season, as long as you finish below Leeds.
You too. See you soon, Ben.
Cheers. Bye, mate.
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you, Ben, for talking to us. He got 6 out of 10 on our massive quiz, and if you beat him, maybe let us know. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're over 13, click that subscribe button. Until we see you again, happy football.